Packers and the Minnesota Vikings. Two clubs here, each looking to rebound from a Week 1 loss as we're underway on EA Sports. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. On the counter, here's Jones. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Again, it's Jones. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They fake the give. Now Rodgers sliding out of the pocket. Now a diving effort right sideline. He's got it. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion.
Well, there's simply no sense in wasting a great catch like that on a short gain. Get downfield like you just did there and use it up that way.
No dink and dunk. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. On play action, it's Rodgers. A complete once again to Watson. And it's a Packers touchdown. Christian Watson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Packers are on the board first here this afternoon. They said that they wanted to get him involved early, and what a way to cap their opening drive, Charles. We know he's one of the fastest receivers in the NFL, and he showcased it on that play.
And when you have a guy like that, you want to make sure the defense sees him early, right? You want to see how they're going to adjust, how they're going to try and guard him, because they can't replicate his speed in practice unless they've got one of the few guys who are as fast as he is. And all it took was one drive. He burned them, and I don't think it's the last time they call his number in this one.
So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Off of play action, it's Watson. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards there, 1st down Vikings.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
The Vikings had 0-1 on the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew last week they were in for a tough fight on the road. But now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that, because the bottom line is they didn't come out of that loss discouraged. They just came home and said, hey, if we do what we're supposed to do, protect our home turf, we'll be just fine.
And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook.
Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37.
10 more there and another first down. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're open to do it consistently here. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They run it again with Cook. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Cook now off the read option.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings.
Dalvin Cook, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own.
Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
His first catch, good for 16 and a first. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 7-7, our score after 1.
And here's Jones again on 2nd down.
And he'll get it down here to the 43. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. On play action, Rodgers. And he just throws this one away. That was a bit strange, and here comes the flag.
We saw it, too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you've got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Now it's Rodgers. Completed out left to Dobbs. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Now a first down carry by Jones.
He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, 2nd down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 16. Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Coverage was excellent downfield. I think he was more throwing that football away than anything else.
Yeah, absolutely, because everywhere you looked, they were covered.
Sometimes it's better to go ahead and be convinced that there's no place to fit in the football than to go ahead and force it and turn it into a bad play.
They go back to the ground with Jones. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal. Nothing too fancy, just a carry up the middle, but a successful carry up the middle against this 3-4 defense.
And to be able to do that, what do you have to control? The nose guard, right? Got to be able to move him. Otherwise, you're not getting anything up the middle. Nice job by the center. Got a little help from one of his friends playing guard.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Now a play fake. Rodgers. Being chased out left. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. And with the rules as touchy as they can be, it's so hard to complete a diving catch in the end zone, but he just did it pretty well.
How about him getting his body, his hands, everything underneath and around the football without it hitting the ground and causing some doubt in the minds of the people who have to look at this and possibly review it. What a tremendous effort and a great catch.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive. So we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well. Here's Watson. They'll roll him out right. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down. Up the middle, it's Cook. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Third down, Dalvin Cook. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
72 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, second and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Throw left side complete. That's Cook. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up the first down.
And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be second down. Back to the ground, Cook. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. This is first and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Watson.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open just a split second. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Deshaun Watson in the final seconds of the first half. And the Vikings are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point right down the middle. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14.
So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half.
It's a squibber picked up around the 27.
And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line.
A final shot before break. Stevens.
He's going to launch this deep for Watson.
And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson rolling to his left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Schultz. And he will have a Vikings first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. On the give, this is their fullback. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Now this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down.
Watching that run takes me back to something a famous old coach once said. Any player he wants on his team, he wants him to be agile, mobile, and most definitely hostile.
Well, they've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Now that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
2nd down, here's an option right. And he is going to lose yardage here. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
But sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw a defensive end right in his face because he looked up and he was right there. Didn't even have a chance to get going.
Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it, and the Packers pick it up. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. We know he's got the speed to get downfield, Charles, but there's the negative side. A little loose with the football that time.
And that's normal, especially when you have his type of talents, because you feel like you're into the open field and maybe you don't feel the people who are around you or closing in. All quarterbacks have to do extra ball security drills with the way the game's played now, because defenses, they attack the football as much as they attack the runner.
On play action, now Rodgers. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
Give to Cook out of the gun. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook, and he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34. Watson off play action.
He's got his man, Schultz, coming across the formation. And he will have a Vikings first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
On first down, Watson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. On second down, Cook. Room here to run. And he will be taken down. But a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the third quarter. It'll be first and goal when we come back. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on first and goal. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this game here in the fourth. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this fourth quarter. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for first and 10. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. The last run got 3. Now here's second and 7. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. He's got the hook up with Dobbs. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 41-yard line. To throw is Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. He finds his receiver, Watson. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
So first and 10 now from the 30. Here's a give to Jones running left.
To about the 26 here.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a second and 6. Rodgers now to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Brewer. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And now third down and 6 to go.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain. How about that strategy there, Brandon? Third down, they just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
Rodgers going to go on fourth down. He's going to have his running back. It's complete.
And he is going to have a Packers first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Now a handoff. Running left is Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Now Rodgers. Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch.
Rodgers finding Watson for the Packer first.
Now Jones. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
But he picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
They'll try again with Jones. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the post as the clock hits zeros.
About a half yard from the end zone, 3rd and goal.
They'll try and run it in with Jones. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th.
So the second down run didn't work. They run it again on 3rd down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix it up down here around the goal line.
Yeah, almost felt like the offensive line said, forget mixing it up. Let's call our favorite running play over our best blockers, and let's get this one in.
Extra point splits the uprights, and they will take a 7-point lead. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
So remember, Charles, last time they were out here, they scored, but they just saw the opposition score, and they're trailing right now, so they're trying to keep pace here. They need a touchdown drive.
Well, if you're a fan of offense, you're loving this, but if you're a fan of defense, this is tough to watch, and it's also tough to keep that up when you just watch your opponent march down the field on a scoring drive that lasts into double-digit snaps. You need a score here, not just to follow the momentum from your last drive, but put the onus back on your opponent. And that's what they're doing right now, swapping that onus back and forth. It didn't check off every box, but the most important one. Got the clock stopped, getting out of bounds. They may be a little short of the first down, but I thought that was the key.
Here's Watson.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Watson. Flushed out right. And complete right side to Cook. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. To throw, Watson. On the move to his left. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. What a great sequence by this defense so far. They've given him nowhere to go with the football.
And they just have to make it stand up one more time because it appears that they've got their number. Can they not have a slip up here and allow the touchdown?
Desperation time. Watson on 4th down.
Got a man. It's Mims.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
Well, how about keeping your head about you in this situation? No more timeouts. Finds a way to get out of bounds. Now they can breathe a little bit as they contemplate what to do on the next down.
One last throw here for Watson. Eluding the pressure right.
He forces one there. It's a potential dagger as it's intercepted.
Picked off by Darnell Savage.
And the Packers are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game.